Imagine this. You've just finished the juiciest, most flavorful peach of your life. The sweet, sticky juice is still on your fingers, and the taste lingers on your tongue. Maybe you're sitting outside enjoying the sunshine, or maybe you're standing in your kitchen, savoring every last bite. Either way, you're left with a single hard pit in your hand. A little reminder of the delicious fruit you just enjoyed. Now, you might be tempted to toss that pit away, but pause for a moment and take a closer look. That pit is more than just a leftover. It's a tiny package of potential, holding everything you need to grow your very own peach tree. Inside that tough shell is a seed, a living blueprint for a future tree that could one day fill your yard with baskets of sweet homegrown peaches. It's like holding a secret promise in your palm, waiting to be unlocked. Think about it. That single pit could become a tree that stands tall for decades, offering shade, beauty, and fruit to you, your family, and even future generations. It's a simple act, but it connects you to the cycle of nature and the tradition of growing your own food. And the best part? Growing a peach tree from a pit isn't complicated or expensive. You don't need fancy equipment or a green thumb, just a little patience, some basic supplies, and a willingness to try something new. People have been growing fruit trees from seeds for thousands of years, passing down knowledge from one generation to the next. It's a tradition that connects us to gardeners and farmers from centuries past, all of whom started with nothing more than a seed and a dream. All you really need is the pit, a bit of patience, and a willingness to get your hands a little dirty. There's something deeply satisfying about planting a seed and watching it grow, knowing you played a part in nurturing new life. We'll walk your peach pit through the same natural cycles it would experience in the wild, giving it a cold winter rest, planting it in the right spot, and helping it sprout and thrive. With a little care, you'll see the magic of nature unfold right before your eyes. In just a few steps, you can transform what was once a leftover snack into a living, growing tree that will reward you with fruit for years to come. It's a project that's as rewarding as it is simple. So are you ready to become a backyard scientist and start your own peach growing adventure? Whether you're a seasoned gardener or a total beginner, this is a project anyone can try. I'll show you exactly how to select the best pit, prepare it for planting, and care for your new tree as it grows. Let's get started on this journey together. Your future peach tree is waiting. Not all peach pits are equal. Each one holds the potential for a new tree, but some are far more likely to thrive than others. The journey to growing your own peach tree starts with making a smart choice right from the beginning. Start with a peach grown locally. Those trees are already adapted to your climate. Local peaches have survived your region's unique weather, pests, and soil, so their seeds are more likely to produce strong, healthy trees. If you can, visit a farmer's market or pick from a neighbor's tree. The closer to home, the better. After enjoying your peach, scrub the pit clean under running water. Use your fingers or a soft brush to remove every bit of fruit flesh. This step is crucial. Any leftover pulp can harbor bacteria or fungus that might ruin your chances before you even start. Any leftover fruit can cause mold. Even a small amount of residue can quickly turn into a fuzzy mess, especially in the warm, moist conditions that seeds need to sprout. Mold not only damages the pit, but can also spread to other seeds you're preparing. Let the pit dry for a few days on a sunny windowsill, turning it occasionally. This helps ensure all sides dry evenly and reduces the risk of mold or rot. The sunlight also helps kill off any lingering bacteria. This drying step prevents mold and preps the pit for the next stage. A well-dried pit is less likely to develop problems during storage or stratification, which is the process of simulating winter to encourage sprouting. Pro tip: save a few pits over a week or two. Don't just rely on one. Nature is unpredictable, and not every pit will sprout, no matter how careful you are. By collecting several, you give yourself a much better shot at success. Clean and dry each one. Treat every pit as a potential champion, giving it the same careful attention. The more pits you prepare, the more likely you'll have at least one that's ready to grow. Having backups increases your chances of success. Think of it as planting a small insurance policy. If one pit fails, you've got others waiting in the wings. Think of it as having extra rockets on the launch pad. If one fails, you've got more ready to go. Each pit is a new opportunity, and the more you have, the better your odds. Clean, dry pits are your best shot at a healthy seedling. A little extra effort now can make all the difference later when you're watching those first green shoots emerge. Science is about increasing your odds, so start with several. By preparing multiple pits, you're stacking the deck in your favor and learning more about the process along the way. If you're feeling organized, label your pits with the date and variety. This helps you track which ones perform best and adds a fun, scientific twist to your project. Now let's get your pit ready for its winter. This next step is where the magic really begins, as we prepare your champion pit for the journey from seed to seedling. If you want to grow a peach tree from a pit, there's a crucial step you can't skip: convincing your seed that it's survived a long, cold winter. This process is called cold stratification, and it's nature's way of making sure seeds only sprout when conditions are just right for survival. Out in the wild, peach pits drop to the ground in late summer or fall. They spend months nestled in chilly, damp soil, blanketed by leaves and snow. This cold, moist environment tells the seed it's safe to wake up and grow when spring arrives. But if you're starting your peach pit indoors, you'll need to recreate this winter yourself. Luckily, your refrigerator is the perfect tool for the job. Start by making sure your peach pit is clean and dry. Then place it in a sealable plastic bag with a small handful of slightly damp peat moss or a folded moist paper towel. The key is to keep things just barely damp. Too much water can cause the pit to rot, while too little will keep it dormant. Seal the bag tightly to lock in moisture, and don't forget to label it with today's date. Place the bag in the back of your fridge, where the temperature stays consistently cold but not freezing, ideally between 34 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside the bag, the cold and moisture work together to break down natural chemicals in the seed that prevent it from sprouting too soon. This is how the pit knows it's experienced winter and can safely start to grow. Leave your peach pit in the fridge for 3 to 4 months. Every couple of weeks, check the bag to make sure the paper towel or peat moss is still damp and that there's no mold growing. If it's drying out, add a few drops of water. If you spot mold, don't panic. Just gently wipe it off with a clean paper towel. Mold can happen, especially if there's too much moisture, but as long as you catch it early and keep things clean, your seed should be just fine. After about 90 to 120 days, you might notice the pit's hard shell starting to crack open. If you look closely, you'll see a tiny white root poking out. This is a sign that your peach pit has successfully woken up from its artificial winter and is ready to grow. That's your signal. The pit is ready for the next stage. It's time to move it out of the fridge and into some soil where it can continue its journey to becoming a peach tree. This simple, fake winter trick is the secret behind successful peach seed sprouting. Without it, your pit will just sit there, stubbornly refusing to grow. Remember, patience is key. It can be tempting to check on your seed every day, but resist the urge to rush things. Nature takes its time, and so should you. Once you see that root, it's time to plant your sprouted pit in a pot of fresh, well-draining soil. Place the root facing downward and cover it lightly. With a little care and the right start, your peach pit will soon grow into a healthy seedling, ready to become a beautiful peach tree in your garden. After its winter nap, your pit is ready to plant. Start in a pot at least 6-8 inches deep for root growth and control. Use a well-draining potting mix. Compost, sand, and soil work great. Plant the pit 3-4 inches deep on its side and cover with soil. Water thoroughly to settle the soil. Place the pot in a sunny spot. Peach trees need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. Sunlight fuels growth from the very beginning. Now wait for a green sprout to appear. This is the start of your tree's new life. Next, let's talk about caring for your seedling. Your pit is planted, now it's all about care. Keep the soil moist, but never soggy. Check with your finger. Water when the top inch is dry. Once your seedling has a few leaves, feed it with diluted, balanced liquid fertilizer every 2-3 weeks in spring and summer. Add a 1-inch layer of mulch, wood chips or straw, to retain moisture, regulate temperature, and block weeds. Watch for healthy green leaves and a strong stem. Your job, not too much water, not too little, just enough food and plenty of sun. This is plant parenting, rewarding and fun. As your seedling grows, you'll see the results of your care. Stay observant and adjust as needed. Every new leaf is a victory. Now, let's keep your tree safe. Your seedling is growing, but pests and diseases may show up. Watch for aphids, tiny bugs on new growth. Spray them with a mix of mild dish soap and water. Ladybugs are natural aphid predators. Invite them to your garden. For powdery mildew, white coating on leaves, spray with a mix of 1 part milk to 9 parts water. Water the soil, not the leaves, to prevent fungus. Healthy plants resist problems, so stick to good soil, watering, and sunlight. Inspect your tree regularly, catch issues early. Organic solutions are best for young trees. You're the guardian. vigilance pays off. Next, it's time to move your tree to its forever home. When your tree outgrows its pot, transplant it in spring after the last frost. Choose a sunny spot with well-draining soil. Avoid low, soggy areas. Dig a hole twice as wide as the pot but no deeper. Place the tree at the same depth as in the pot, gently backfill and tamp down the soil. Water deeply to settle the roots. Add a 2-3 inch mulch ring, keeping it away from the trunk. The first few weeks are critical. Give extra care. Soon your tree will settle in and thrive. Now, let's talk about what to expect as your tree grows. Peach trees like slightly acidic to neutral soil, pH 6.0-7.0. Test your soil and adjust with sulfur or lime if needed. Be patient. Germination can take weeks to months and fruiting takes 3-5 years. Trees grown from pits are unique. Commercial peaches are grafted for consistency, but your tree is a genetic original. The fruit may be different from the parent, sweeter, smaller, or a surprise. That's the adventure. You're creating a new variety. No matter the outcome, you'll have a beautiful, one-of-a-kind tree. The process is as rewarding as the result. Embrace the unpredictability. Your tree is a true original. Now, let's wrap up your peach growing journey. You've gone from pit to tree, step by step. It's a long-term project, but the rewards are huge. Imagine picking your first peach from a tree you grew yourself. You've created a connection to your food and nature that's priceless. This project teaches patience, biology, and the joy of nurturing life. It's perfect for kids and adults alike. Don't toss that next peach pit. See it as a promise of something amazing. Enjoy the journey and soon you'll taste the sweetest reward, a peach from your very own tree.